Hello friends, I'm Priyanka Upreti. I did my graduation in agriculture from Govind Vallabh Pant University of Agriculture and Technology, Pantnagar, and then I did my masters in agriculture economics from Indian Agricultural Research Institute, and now I'm PhD third year student in agriculture economics in the same institute. So I have got selected as research officer in Department of Economics and Policy Research in RBI. So that's why Bipin sir asked me to share my experiences with you all regarding how to prepare for this exam. So first I would like to thank to Bipin sir for giving me this opportunity. And actually he has started very good initiative by making such videos on how to prepare for different exams, because in agriculture sector basically we are generally we are not aware about these many opportunities which are available to us, not only in agriculture sector but outside the agriculture sector also. Like in agriculture economics, being a masters in agriculture economics, we can prepare for NABARD, we can prepare for RBI, for Indian Economic Services, and there are different opportunities, so many opportunities available in private sectors also. So in this video, I'm going to tell you about this RBI exam and how agriculture economics people apply for it, and how they should prepare for it, and what are the materials that they should refer to. So let's start first about the exam. Actually, the notification for this exam, it is generally released in the month of May and June. So in the notification, actually there will be 3 posts. There will be DR, there will be DEPR and DSIM. DR is for all of the people who are bachelors in any of degree, and in DEPR the people who have done masters in economics and any applied economic subjects like agriculture economics, quantitative economics, business economics, development economics, and even MBA in finance. Those people are also eligible for it. And in DSIM, the people who have done masters in statistics or any applied statistics are eligible. So as soon as the notification will be released, within 1 month they will conduct the prelims exam, and then next 1 month they will conduct the mains exam also, and then in 2 or 3 month gap they will conduct the interview process. So this process will be very fast. You have to prepare for this exam in advance, especially for prelims and for mains examination. And let me tell you first that the prelims examination is the most important part of this exam, because this exam decides, exam is more scoring, and actually this exam only decides who will be in the final selection. So let's start with the phase 1 exam. It will be of 100 marks. There will be around 60 to 65 questions, and all will be objective. And the phase 1 basically concentrates more on the numerical parts, numerical questions. So phase 1, there will be questions. In phase 1, there will be questions from microeconomics, macroeconomics, econometrics, development economics, international trade, Indian economy, public finance, everything. Means phase 1 covers every portion of economics, and with a special focus on numericals. And numericals, coming to numericals, in macroeconomics, there can be numericals on national income, the determination of national income in 2 sector, 3 sector, 4 sector model, the classicals, the Keynesian economics, the consumption function, investment, multiplier, accelerator, balanced budget multiplier, marginal propensity to consume, aggregate demand, aggregate supply model, the ISLM model, the money supply, the determinants of money supply, money multiplier, currency in circulation. So all these topics are very important for the purpose of numericals. And then in microeconomics, they can ask questions on determination of equilibrium, price and quantity in different market structures. The questions can be from the theory of demand, theory of production, elasticities. Means for numericals, you have to prepare very thoroughly, especially for the numericals part, because these numericals portions are only the deciding factors in the final selection. And then in econometrics, this is very, very important. Econometrics is very important for this exam. They can ask numericals on calculation of regression coefficient, correlation coefficient, T ratio, F ratio, and there can be questions on metrics also. So besides numericals, there will be conceptual questions also. Actually, they will divide this 100 marks in 1 marks questions. There will be 2 marks questions also. There will be 3 marks and there will be 4 marks questions. The 4 marks questions, basically there will be numericals from econometrics, like calculation of a regression coefficient, correlation coefficients and all. In 3rd marks also there can be objective questions from theory also and from numericals also. And in 1 marks question and 2 marks question, they can be like both from theory as well as from numerical portions. So actually the reference for these subjects I will cover later in the video. Let me first cover about the exam pattern. So this is all about the phase 1. Then now let's come to phase 2 exam. In phase 2 there will be 2 papers. One is for economics and another is for English. Both are subjective type of questions. So in economics paper, the time limit is 180 minutes. That means 3 hours. In 3 hours you have to write 5 questions, 5 long descriptive questions. So there is enough time to write these questions. There will be 2 parts in the mains paper in economics. One part will main cover theory and the second part will cover Indian economy. And from both the portions you have to cover at least 2 questions. Means for writing 5 questions, you have to write at least 2 questions from each part. So the first part covers in the first part there will be questions from macroeconomics, development economics and international trade, and the second part there will be questions from Indian economy. In economy they can ask from current happenings, like this time they ask about agrarian distress, human development and skill development programs, the 15th Finance Commission, what are the terms of reference for this 15th Finance Commissions and all. So in Indian economy you have to be thorough about the current happenings in our economy, and in theory portions you have to cover macro, development and international trade. Then comes the second paper, that is English. There will be 90 minutes to write this exam, and you have to type. English paper you have to type in the desktop. There will be 90 minutes. There will be 3 questions. One is essay writing, second one will be précis writing, and third will be one comprehension passage. So essay, they can be any of the topic in essay, related to current happenings also, like this time they asked about GST. In précis writing, you have to give a summary. They will give a passage and you have to reduce it to 1/3. In 1/3 word limit, you have to write a summary of that passage. And in comprehension passage, there will be a passage, there will be questions from that passage, and you have to just answer it. Okay, so I forgot to tell you about the time limit for phase 1 marks. Phase 1 marks will be of 2 hours. 2 hours for phase 1. Phase 2 for economics paper there will be 3 hours, and for English paper there will be 1.5 hours, means 90 minutes. So basically in economics subjective paper in phase 2 you will be given enough choices. There will be total 10 questions, and out of that you have to write only 5. So there are enough choices, there is enough time. Only thing is that matters is how nicely you write the answers, how nicely you explain the things. You have to write in the sequence, okay? Don't try to mix up the things. Like if they will this time they asked about Harris-Torero model, so you have to proceed in a sequence. First you tell about this model, the background of this model, who gave it, then subsequently you come to its graph, explain the graph, then explain how it is relevant to our economy, especially to Indian economy. Then you should explain its drawbacks also. Like that you have to proceed in a very sequential manner, and you have to explain. Here you have to show your writing skills actually, because enough time is there, enough choices is there, only 5 questions are there, so you should write very nicely in this exam. And then after clearing the phase 1 and phase 2, there will be interview. In interview, basically they ask about our background only. They will give us one form to fill, that will be our biodata. They will ask what are your academic qualifications, what are your extracurricular activities, any. So there you have to give like whatever papers you have presented, whatever conferences you have to attend it, that's all you have to write there, and they will start from this only. Then they can ask about current happenings also, about RBI, the functions of RBI, and how being an agriculture economist you can serve to RBI. That also they can ask in interview. Then they can ask in from monetary economics also, about the money supply, the determinants of money supply, and if foreign money will flow will be there in our economy, how money supply will get affected. So about monetary economics also you need to get an idea. And then they can ask from econometrics also with examples, like they can ask, give us tell us about multicollinearity and with one example. So you should prepare like that. So now I will tell you about the references about these topics. So for microeconomics, there are books like by Kotsuyanis, by Ahuja. So you can read these books and try to solve maximum numericals. And then for macroeconomics, you can read Shapiro, you can read Ahuja, and by one book is by Richard Froyen. Actually, I found this book very good, by Richard Froyen. It is very concise book, and they have given very nicely how the macroeconomics evolved, how classical economics evolved, then how Keynesian economics, the shortcomings of classical, then how Keynesian improved it, and then how monetary economics evolved, and then how new classical and then new Keynesian economics evolved. They have given very nicely the explanation about all these topics. So you must read the Richard Froyen book, but it will cover only theory. For more numerical part, you have to refer to Ahuja and Shapiro book. Then for development economics, you can read book by Todaro, and then book by Jhingan. For international economics, you can read the book by Paul Krugman, by Mannor, and book by Salvatore. And then for Indian economy, you can read, actually Indian economy is nothing but the current happenings. So make the practice of reading newspaper daily, at least for the past 1 year. You have to be aware about the recent happenings related to economics, especially related to economics. So that will cover your Indian economy portion. In addition to that, you can watch the Brunal videos also. He has covered very nicely. He has explained everything very nicely. Then you can read the book by Mishra and Puri, by Uma Kapila. And actually for current affairs, you can refer to Vision IAS material also. In their website, they provide monthly current affairs, and from that you can read the economic portion. So that will also cover your Indian economy part. And then for public finance, you need to read the topics on like fiscal deficits, revenue deficits, primary deficits, about the taxations and all. So you can refer any of the book like by Bhatia. You can refer the book by H.L. Bhatia. And then you need to read monetary economics also, because the RBI's primary function is to control the monetary stability, to maintain monetary stability in the country. So for sure they will ask from the monetary economics. So you need to read about the money supply, the determinants of money supply, the exchange rate, determination of exchange rate, how foreign money inflow will affect the money supply in our country. So for that, any of macroeconomics and international trade book will suffice. In international trade also, you need to read the topics like HO theorem and the effects of tariffs and all. International trade is very important for this subject, and I think except at IRI, nowhere in agriculture universities this subject is taught. So you need to prepare for this exam. If you are preparing for this exam, you need to read international trade also. So this was about that references. And then one thing, you need to go through RBI website also. Please check it regularly. Please explore the websites. Whatever its publications are coming. So many publications are there, like annual report on trends and trends of banking in India. The minutes of monetary policy committee meetings. the various kind of surveys which RBI conducts, everything. You will get every idea from its website. So try to explore the RBI website regularly. You need to aware about the policies which RBI releases, and various publications also, various working papers also, because while writing the answers also in the mains exam, you can quote RBI studies. RBI releases various working papers also. You can quote those studies in while writing the mains exam also, and they will give you an idea about the monetary economics also. So this was about this exam. If anything I have left there, I will update it later in the comment section. And if you have any query related to this exam, you are free to comment in this video, and I will be very happy in answering those questions. So I think I have covered most of the things, and I hope that you will this video will be helpful to you in preparing for this exam, and you can always contact me if you are needing any help in the future. Thank you.